Hi guys, so Brexit is responsible for 80% in the rise of the cost of living. This is what Adam Posen, a former policymaker at the Bank of England, had to say. He's currently head of the Patterson Institute in Washington and said that most of the rise in the IMF's prediction of inflation facing Britain this year can be laid at the feet of leaving the European Union. He compared the inflation rate between the US, Europe and the UK. Posen also pointed to a massive drop in workers coming to Britain, and when macro factors are considered, he said it's difficult to see any other cause. Inflation in the UK is currently at 7%, and in order to curb this, Posen said he would support a quicker interest rate hike than what the Bank of England is currently considering. The central bank is expected to move interest rates to 1%. This is where they were back in 2009, just after the credit crisis. The Economist also backs calls for the UK to cut tariffs on food imports, which would help those at the sharp end of the cost of living crisis. But he said that Brexit had added friction at the border, higher costs for transportation, and he also said that leaving the EU had left Britain to negotiate its own trade deals. While Brexit supporters see this as a win, the Economist perhaps sees it differently. When he was interviewed by Bloomberg, he said, "You run a trade war against yourself. Bad things happen. Better to retreat." Following Brexit, Britain basically erected trade barriers with its biggest market. Contrary to what Boris Johnson has been saying, the UK is not a leader in the G7. Posen pointed to the FDI, or foreign direct investment, dropping and unlikely to return to levels which were last seen over 20 to 25 years ago. When it came to a trade deal between the US and the UK, the Economist poured a lot of cold water on this, saying that the problem was twofold. One, Congress at the moment isn't interested in doing trade deals of any kind. And second, if peace in Northern Ireland is seen to be undermined by the British government and their threats to trigger Article 16, then an agreement will certainly be off the table. Posen also said that because of Brexit, Britain will be less flexible when it comes to the post-pandemic recovery, as it risks being trapped in a high inflationary period for longer. I'd hoped that he would say something positive, but it seems that the dark days of Brexit are going to last for some time to come. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.